lack of what it looked like. His mental health was just falling apart. It's what it looked like.
Objection calls for speculation.
I'll sustain the objection.
What did you observe that led you to believe that his mental health was falling apart?
He was
Objection, Your Honor. Calls for speculation.
She can say what she
Leading.
observed.
I'll sustain the objection as to leading. Next question.
What, if anything, did you observe about Mr. Depp's state?
He was hallucinating, auditory.
Objection calls for speculation.
I'll sustain the objection.
Please tell the jury exactly what he was doing that led you to believe he was hallucinating.
Objection, leading.
Sustained.
What, if anything, was Mr. Depp doing that would have led you to believe he was hallucinating?
Same
Sustained.
objection.
Sustained.
Please describe what Mr. Depp was saying in January of 2016.
He was talking to people who weren't there, meaning people who were not in the room. He was communicating with people and sounds and voices that weren't there. It's impossible.
Objection, hearsay.
It's not offered to prove the truth of the matter, is asserted, Your Honor. It's explaining the context that leads to the next acts.
Your Honor, it is being offered
We're
to
not
prove
here. We're not here about whether IO.
I'll sustain the objection. Next question.
All right. All right. So IO is talking. You can't tell us what he said. Okay.
Objection,
He's
Your
talking,
Honor.
correct?
May we approach?
Okay.
So IO is talking. We can't say what he said. What is the next thing that happens on your end with Mr. Depp?
Reminded me I wasn't safe.
Objection, Your Honor, hearsay.
Your Honor, it's not offered to prove the truth of the matter. It's to show what caused Mr. Depp to be set off and come back. I mean, it's not offered to prove the truth of what he's saying. It's not hearsay. In that
I'll overrule the objection. Go ahead.
Thank you. Please tell us what IO said and what then happened with Mr. Depp.
Io said, Amber, get out of the house. Get out of the house now. You're not safe. Get out of that house. Io had been there after the cleanup, or for the cleanup, after December 15th, 2015 incident. And
Objection,
had
Your
washed
Honor,
blood out of my
non-responsive.
pillowcases.
I think she can provide the context.
I'll sustain the objection. Next
Okay.
question.
So please continue.
I would just ask the picture be redacted on hearsay grounds
Your Honor,
for the metadata,
Okay, if you want to
alleged
approach
metadata.
again. Okay.
how do you get that on a picture? How does that happen? Can you just describe briefly?
Objection, Your Honor. That's speculation, lack of
If
foundation.
you want to approach.
Yeah.
Told the police officers who arrived that I would not
Objection, Your Honor, hearsay.
Again, not offered to prove the truth of the matter asserted.
All right. I'll overrule the objection. Go ahead.
Thank you. So who called the police?
I believe it was
Objection
Io.
calls for
Io.
speculation.
Your Honor, this is not, we have to have the context here of somebody called the police, because then the police come. So I think we have to put, I mean, it's not offered again to prove the truth of the matter asserted. It's just who called the police.
Your Honor, the objection is not hearsay. It's speculation.
Do you know who called the police?
Yes, I do now.
I'll sustain the objection.
All
Next
right.
question.
Did you have a were you present when there was a discussion about calling 911?
Objection calls for hearsay.
I'm asking if she was
I'll
present.
sustain the objection. Next question.
Did you call 911?
No.
Okay. Did Rocky call 911?
Objection calls for speculation.
Do you know whether Rocky called 911?
I do know whether she did.
And did
She did not.
Okay. Was it your understanding he was apologizing again?
Objection, Your Honor. Calls for speculation.
All right. I'll sustain the objection.
Okay. Was there anything else he would have been apologizing for that he had done?
Objection calls for
I'll
speculation.
sustain the objection.
That's it. Okay. So tell the jury how you felt in that week, May 22 through May 27, and what you decided to do.
Objection, Your Honor. Hearsay.
Not offered to prove the truth of the matter asserted at all.
I'll sustain the objection.
All right.
Next one.
So don't tell us what you said to Jerry, just what happened next.
Then my friend to if he hears my friend say that didn't happen,
Objection,
maybe
Your Honor,
we can-
hearsay.
It's not offered to prove the truth of it. Thank you. Please continue.
So I text my friend that it's
Objection, hearsay.
Don't tell the jury what you texted your friend, but go to the next thing. What did you do next?
I called and the drugs are not getting better. Clearly, the delusions aren't better. So
Objection calls for speculation.
It's not offered to prove the truth of the matter. We're talking about what her.
I'll sustain the objection. Next question.
Please continue.
So I hung up from that phone call. I said it would be important for me if you made it
Objection, hearsay.
Not offered to prove the truth of the matter.
Overruled.
Asserted. Thank you.
after a bender.
Calls for speculation
worse.
as to Bender.
I don't think that calls for speculation.
I'll sustain the objection. He's gone for 2 days. Go ahead.
And I
Why did you videotape this, Amber?
because I knew he wouldn't remember. that he would
Objection
deny
calls
it.
for speculation.
Sustain.
Rather than what you knew, you can say what you thought. Just tell us why you.
I was afraid, scared they wouldn't remember.
Objection calls for speculation.
I'll sustain the objection. Next one.
All right. So I'm going to now take you up to April 20.
Objection calls for speculation.
I think she can describe what she's. What are you describing what you're observing?
Yes,
Then please continue.
hallucinated right in front of me. And
Objection calls for speculation.
Don't use the word hallucinate. Just describe what led you to believe
Your
that.
Honor,
I'll
objection.
sustain the objection. She can testify to what she observed.
Please, thank you, Your Honor. Please tell the jury what you
Your
observed.
Honor, may we approach?
Okay.
team that he had hired.
Objection calls for speculation.
How do you know that?
I was there. They fired him.
Objection
Tried to get a hold
calls
of
for
him.
hearsay.
I'll sustain the objection.
Okay.
Quaaludes at the time, and Johnny was trying to get it from. his
Objection,
company.
Your Honor, non-responsive.
I'll sustain the objection. You want to ask?
So I
Please
was.
continue.
So I wanted to know what I was dealing with. It was important to my safety to know who.
Objection, non-responsive.
That's why I followed him.
Okay.
To
All right.
Your
so,
Honor.
So what did you do next?
I'll sustain the objection. Next question.
What did you do next?
I went upstairs to the Manson, doing coke. This
Objection calls for speculation.
All right. I'll sustain that objection.
How do you know he was disappearing with Mr. Manson with coke?
That's what I knew of their relationship at the time. And he was
Objection calls for
disappearing every
speculation.
I'll sustain the objection.
All right.
So
Please continue with the
he
rest of
got up for a longer period of time.
Objection calls for speculation.
All right. I'll sustain as to what
Okay.
she believes it was.
Okay.
I
What picture?
would meet with the people who are making the show.
Objection, hearsay.
It's not offered to prove the truth of the matter. asserted. You're
Overruled.
Recording what transpired on that train.
Objection, hearsay.
I'm just asking her whether she did. I'm not asking what she recorded.
All right. I'll allow it. Go ahead. Overruled.
I wrote about what happened.
2013. Would you agree with
Objection misstates prior testimony.
that? That's exactly what he testified to.
It was
It
Malcolm.
wasn't.
I have the transcript.
I don't know. Go ahead and ask your
It's
question.
Mr. McConnelly.
Is that correct?
I believe Malcolm Conley took this on the Orient Express.
Malcolm Connolly, not Travis McGivern?
I believe it was Malcolm on that trip with us. Yes,
Okay, and was it in 2013 or was it 2015?
it was in 2000. Many times had to delay getting out of the car or
Objection, non-responsive.
I'll ask that. How did Mr. Depp react to your going on this press tour?
He was very upset with me because problems arise when I'm having to work when I leave.
Objection, non-responsive.
That was still responsive.
Well, I'll sustain the objection. Next question.
Michelle, can you please bring up defendant's
Period of time of sobriety for Johnny. His doctor had fired him and then came on when Johnny agreed to get clean. and so
Objection,
there was this-
hearsay, non-responsive.
Don't say what, I mean, we've already had, Your Honor, we've already had the testimony from Dr. Kipper, but don't say what Dr. Kipper did. Just tell the other part. Just don't say what somebody else said. Okay?
So there was this period of sobriety after that. What words she said, but she kind of gestured to my face and.
Objection, Your Honor, hearsay.
I think she can, if she gesturing to her face is not hearsay, Your Honor,
I'll
it's not a statement.
I'll sustain the objection. Next
Okay.
question.
And it's also not offered to prove the truth of the matter.
I'll sustain the
Okay.
objection. Next one.
So what happened next? Apologies. What was he apologizing for?
Objection,
Do you
calls
know?
for speculation.
What was your understanding of what he was apologizing for?
Speculation, Your Honor.
I'll sustain the objection.
Okay. In his phone call with you, did he tell you what he was apologizing for?
Yes.
What did he say?
He was sorry that he reacted the way he did. He
You
said,
understand him to mean by "I am clear and I am me."
Objection, Your Honor, calls for speculation.
Do you?
I
have
know
an
what he
understand-
meant.
Okay.
Your Honor,
Did
there's
he
a
use
lot.
that phrase with you?
I'll hold on. I'll sustain that objection.
I'm
You can
trying to get to the
yeah, I
next
know.
one here.
Then you can ask your next question. Go
Thank
ahead.
you. Did he use those phrases with you during your marriage?
yes, he did.
What did Mr. Depp mean when he says "I am clear and I am me"?
Objection, calls for speculation.
I think I established the foundation.
Overruled. Go ahead.
Thank you.
That he had sobered to destroy it, and they, of course, let him into Penthouse 5
Objection, Your
so
Honor.
that he could go.
Yes, ma'am.
Lack of foundation.
All right. I'll sustain the objection. Next question.
Just tell the jury what he did here that's depicted in this.
This is just a one corner of the room that shows the destruction. He just went in there with this bottle swinging and smashed a bunch of things.
Objection, Your Honor, this is speculation. She hasn't established that she was there.
I'll sustain if you want to lay a foundation. It's fine.
Okay. Did anybody else, to your knowledge, go in there and do this?
Objection, Your Honor. Calls for
I'm
speculation.
trying to lay the foundation here, Your Honor.
I'll sustain the objection. Next
Well,
question.
let's do this. Never mind. We'll let somebody else tell who did it. Okay.
Sure.
Just all I'm asking here is what is the damage? What has been done that's depicted here?
This is just one of.
Anything was going on with respect to a gag order at that point?
Objection, calls for speculation.
I'm asking her. I haven't.
All right. Overruled. Go ahead.
I was smear campaign that he
Objection,
launched.
Your Honor. Hearsay. Lack of foundation.
What, if any, discussion did you have with him about a smear campaign?
Johnny told me that he would ruin me, that no one would ever touch
Objection,
me.
Your Honor. Calls for speculation.
How is that speculation?
This is what he's telling her, correct?
Right.
Okay. All right. I'll overrule the objection.
Don't make me prove it. I don't want to. But he was calling me a liar and having a really sophisticated, very, very well paid, very sophisticated PR machine.
Objection, Your
going
Honor.
overtime.
Calls for
All
speculation.
right. I'll sustain the objection.
Talking to somebody who I thought did not have a firm grasp on reality.
Objection, calls for speculation.
Overruled. Go ahead.
Thank you.
I was trying to point out whatever he needed them to say, that they were the same guards who had told me that I would lose my
Objection,
life
Your
this
Honor.
way.
Hearsay.
All right. Sustain the objection.
It came in through the tape, so that's all right. We're fine. Let's go, Michelle.
Your
let's go
Honor.
to-
If we could approach, please.
Hounding me, leaking fake.
Objection, Your Honor. Non-responsive.
All right. I'll sustain the objection. Okay.
Please
What-
explain.
What I was meeting with him about is because he had, put these things out in the media. It seemed like every day
Objection,
there
Your
was a new
Honor.
attack. and
Calls for
this thing didn't
speculation.
stop.
Lack of foundation.
All right.
Did Mr. Depp discuss with you that he was putting these out in the media?
Objection, leading.
Overruled. I'll allow it.
Yes.
Okay, please explain.
He told me he would tell his